A few weeks ago, I shared how to line edit like a pro, which involves assessing your story writing through a developmental lens at the paragraph level to make sure the paragraphs, sentences, and words are in the right order to serve your reader well. Today, I'm taking that a step further and talking about tight writing. Tight writing guides the reader's experience of your work and can make the difference between clarity and understanding and opacity and confusion. After all, it's much easier to follow a clear and concise narrative than one that is convoluted and stuffed to the gills with excess. This video shares 3 ways to tighten your writing on a technical level by reducing fat, using parallel constructions for reader ease, and remaining consistent. When we talk or pen that first draft, we inadvertently add lots of words that add no value to our sentences. Trimming the fat, then, means your writing sheds extra weight by losing unnecessary words and phrases. During story drafting, you likely used all the space you needed to explore characters, plot, and settings through language. Sentences ballooned to epic proportions as you crammed into them every bit of detail you knew that the reader might need to know later. Now that you're revising your story and preparing it for your reader, trim the fat to present a nice, neat piece. Here are some ways to identify fatty sentences and to improve them. Never use a noun phrase when a simple noun will do. Otherwise, you may distract your reader from the important words in your sentence. One quick way to identify fatty noun phrases is to look for sentences with the, of constructions, and then reduce those constructions. These examples are not all-inclusive, but they should help you locate all that pernicious fat clogging up your story. The process of caramelization. Simply, caramelization. The field of journalism. Journalism. The existence of fairies. Fairies. The volume of water. Water. The level of anger. Anger. While you won't be able to eliminate all the of constructions, getting rid of as many as possible will tighten your language and bring concision into your story. Similarly to their noun counterparts, verb phrases are also at risk of fattiness. Hunting for fatty verb phrases is a bit more nuanced, however, than hunting for fatty noun phrases because the sentence constructions vary. Though many include key words like of, such as a study of the effects of, and to, such as have a tendency to. And all have multiple verbs, even hidden verbs, when a single verb will do. Here is another not all-inclusive list for your fatty verb hunt. Do a study of the effects becomes study the effects. Serve to make reductions becomes reduce. Make decisions about becomes decide. Make changes to becomes change. Is indicative of becomes indicates. Again, you may not be able to eliminate all the double verb phrases, but getting rid of as many as possible will tighten your writing, keep your reader's eyes moving, and clarify your story. Since the goal here is fat reduction, examining every sentence in your story for excess weight is critical to trimming and shaping your language. Look for long descriptions and explanations, wordiness, ripe for trimming. Many attendees. The making of bread, making bread. It is Amelia who left. Amelia left. The facts given in, the facts in. Fill up the glass, fill the glass. While you're looking for those long descriptions and explanations, pay careful attention to sentences beginning with there is or there are and it is, it was, which can almost always be reduced without losing any meaning. There is a long list of people who would fit in well. Many people would fit in well. There are many tools in Mom's tool bag. Mom's tool bag has many tools. It is said that people who read are intelligent. People who read are intelligent. It was known that the boss was on his way out. The boss was on his way out. And don't forget to lose weak modifiers that add no real value, like hidden adverbs and adverbial phrases. Actual and actually, active and actively, certain and certainly, eminent and eminently, particular and particularly. And lose that which the reader should otherwise glean from context. Words and phrases like per se, really, very, quite, rather, and somewhat, to name a few. Sometimes the reader may become hung up on the way a sentence is written, not because it's excessively heavy or out of a natural order, but because it's constructed in non-parallel comparative or relative phrases. These non-parallel phrases may result in pseudo-tense confusion and may lead to rereading for understanding. If the reader has to reread too many sentences, the mental load of reading may become too heavy to carry for the length of the story and cause the reader to put down the book. To avoid the dreaded did not finish rating, remember to make parallel the words and groups of words following each part of the pair. When hunting for constructions that could use some paralleling, keep your eyes open for coordinating conjunctions like and, but, for, nor, and for relative conjunctions like either or, neither nor, not only, but also, for quick identification. The land sale was opposed by both Indigenous people and environmentalists. Tightened, that becomes the land sale was opposed both by Indigenous people and by environmentalists. Solving the problem requires that you both understand it and act upon it. That sentence becomes solving the problem requires both that you understand it and that you act upon it. The papa bear, the mama bear, and their young cub becomes the papa bear, the mama bear, and the baby bear. He commented reservedly, she with bombast, becomes he commented reservedly, her bombastically. In context, inconsistent writing has nothing to do with plot holes, character development, or minor story details, though those elements are important when developing your story. Instead, inconsistent writing refers to unexpected or mismatched information delivery, which may chop up the cadence of your text and turn your pretty passages into slogs. For example, when we write lists, we put down the list elements in whatever order they come to us. We should organize those elements by length, complexity, and chronology. When ordering items in a series or list, arrange from short to long or from simple to complex for reader ease. Sciences and arts becomes arts and sciences. Pineapples and pears becomes pears and pineapples. Baltimore, Miami, and Chicago becomes Miami, Chicago, and Baltimore. Cubism, Futurism, Gothic, and Surrealism periods become Gothic, Cubism, Futurism, and Surrealism periods. The Wizard of Oz, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and Snatch becomes Snatch, The Wizard of Oz, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. However, sometimes the reader has internalized a natural order of elements, the cadence of which is important to avoid snags. Red, blue, and white becomes red, white, and blue. Liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and life becomes life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Lemon water with lunch, dinner, and breakfast becomes lemon water with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Earth, Mercury, and Venus are closest to the sun becomes Mercury, Venus, and Earth are closest to the sun. Language consistency also refers to spelling and hyphenation choices, capitalization, and symbols. Once you begin tightening your writing for consistency, it's time to create your style sheet to track certain choices. Spelling: sizable without an E versus sizable with an E. Traveling with one L, traveling with two L's. Hyphens in terms like anti-smoking and nonviolent. Capitals, such as the capital F in Figure 2 or capital P in the president. Symbols, the word percent versus the percent sign. And while you're tightening your writing, don't forget to check in on your pronoun antecedent pairs for clarity. In his book, Edit Yourself, a manual for everyone who works with words, Bruce Ross Larson wrote, "Be brief unless you have a reason not to be." Brevity in writing means that when you do finally take the time to explain something or add more detail, the reader will know whatever they're about to read is important and will have a reason to invest the time. So, what's your favorite tight writing tip? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to share this video with other writers who may need some help tightening their language. Happy writing!